In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a complete beginner's guide to Twilio. Now, my goal of this video is to help you do a few different things. So first of all, I want to help you set up your channels. So things like setting up your phone number, your trial number, your WhatsApp, Messenger, all of those different ones so you can go ahead and message your customers through here. I'm also going to cover how to set up some basic flows and just talk about how the whole flow system works so you can try it out. I'll also talk about how to integrate some advanced flows. And finally, as a bonus, I'm just going to talk about some overall features that you'll find very useful when you are using Twilio. So let's get right into it. Now, first of all, I'm going to assume that you've already signed up for an account, but if you haven't, you can go to twilio.com and it walks you through the process very easily. You just have to add in your email, add a password, and also verify a phone number, and that should go ahead and let you into this page here. So the first thing we need to go ahead and do with Twilio is get ourselves a phone number. And to start off, they allow us to get a trial phone number, and this will allow us to build and prototype things while testing it out. So it means that you don't have to use a real phone number for now. You can see here it says your trial includes one UK long code phone number. This supports two-way SMS, which is very useful. It's upgradable, so as you are building and scaling, you can increase the amount of messages you can send up to, I think, 10 messages per second. And then eventually, with verification, you can actually get additional phone numbers so that you can send multiple different messages on different numbers. So what we want to do here, first of all, is press on this button here that says Get Phone Number. And it's going to go ahead and send us into this page here. So at the top here, you can see you will have a trial balance. I have a £12 trial balance, and we can go ahead here and select what kind of phone number we want. So you can select the country. Maybe you want an American one. Maybe you want one from the United Kingdom. I'm going to stay with United Kingdom. And then here we've got all the different types here. We have where they're from. So maybe if you have a business in a certain area, for example, London, you might want to get one in London. But for me, it doesn't really matter. It also tells you here what's available with it. So it will tell you this one has voice, it doesn't have SMS, it doesn't have MMS, but it does have fax. So go ahead and just see which one you want here. You can also refresh the results if you want to find a different number which you prefer better. But any of them are pretty much going to be the same. But then you just want to go ahead, click on the buy button here. And it should be free because you should have been given this on your trial. It's going to be, this one's going to be a 90p monthly fee. And we can go ahead and comply with this and press next. And it's going to ask who's going to use it. So a business or an individual. It really depends on your uses. I'm just going to put an individual, but if you need to put business, you can go ahead and do that. Now next up here, it's going to ask for a regulatory approved bundle. And if you don't have one yet, then you have to go down here and click on this link. If you do have one, go ahead and input it there. But if not, you can go to this page here, and this is going to allow you to go ahead and basically create the bundle. So first of all is the country, then it's going to be the end user. So you're going to have to verify your identity and stuff like that. So are you a direct customer? Are you a reseller? I'm going to put direct customer. Are you a business, an individual? Pick whichever one fits your needs. It's going to ask you for some stuff like a registered address, some other information here, basically some documents just to prove that you're registered and all that kind of stuff. So you can go ahead, input all of that there to go ahead and grab yourself this bundle, which is needed for verifying the phone number essentially. But once you've created the bundle, it's been verified and everything, you can come back here and you'll be able to select it here. And that will allow you to now go ahead and buy that phone number. So that's the first step you need to go ahead and do. Now the next step we have here is to go ahead and try out the SMS features. So we can either connect Twilio with an app that we already have, we can use a pre-built app, or we can customize an app with the studio. So on this bit here, I'm going to talk about how to connect it with apps in a bit. Let's go ahead and use the pre-built app to start. So we're going to press start on here, and this is going to show us a few of the different apps that we can go ahead and use. And just a quick tip here, if you don't have a Twilio phone number, there is actually a section here that allows you to get a provisional number, which can send one message per second, I believe. And you basically get the trial phone number here, which is doesn't require the verification in the same way that the last one does. So this is much better for just testing out the apps and stuff. Okay, so what we can do from here now is we can go ahead and quick deploy one of these apps on Twilio. So this is just like a test app, which just kind of shows you the basic functionality, no server needed, and it will automatically configure. So it's really useful. Basically, account name, you can leave this as anything, and you want to go ahead and select one of your phone numbers here, and then you want to go ahead and add a passcode. So just set this passcode here. And then you can go ahead and press deploy. And it might take a second or two, but it's going to go ahead and deploy your application here. You also got this code version, and you can use command line interface. I think it's CLI. But yeah, it might take a few minutes, and once that's ready, I will come back with the interface here. Okay, it's now ready, and it says go to live application. So we can go ahead and have a look at it here. So here we go. Here's where we can use it. So you want to go ahead and add a recipient number. So this is someone who you want to send the number to. I'd recommend just doing your own number or something like that so you can get the number. Application password is the one that we set before. So go ahead and put that in. And then we can write a message. I'll just put something like hello, and we can press send. And you can see sent 0 of 1 messages. And for some reason it's not sent it, but we can go ahead and check the log for details. Okay, and essentially the reason it didn't send then is because I didn't have it in the E.164 format. And essentially that format here basically is where you put the plus and then the country code and then with the number like that, rather than just putting a 0 at the start. So make sure you include the country code there. But now on my phone, I've received the message that says hello from Twilio. So first of all, we know that this is now working. The most basic feature of just sending a text from the browser is working. So that's a good start. We know our number's working. We know everything's verified and good, ready to start exploring some of the more advanced options. So now what I want to go ahead and look at is the customize with studio section. So this is a low code way of building applications. It doesn't require much code at all. It's like a drag and drop visual editor. So this is really, really useful if you don't know how to code. So we're going to go ahead and start with this and just show you some of the functionalities of it here. So you can see once you open this up here, learn and build with Twilio Studio. It's a visual interface. You can design, deploy, and scale. And what we can do is we can either create a flow, and I'll open this and show you this in a second, or we can use a pre-made template. So they have these pre-made templates here. These ones you can use here. So reduce no-show by confirmation messages. So maybe you want to do this. Text surveys, chatbots, autoresponder, forwarding. These are ones that you can go ahead and they're going to show you a guide on how to basically go ahead and do it. But if not, we can go ahead and create the flows ourselves. So first of all, we're going to name it. I'll just put my first flow. And then we can go ahead and use one of these templates, as I said, or we can import from scratch. I'll go ahead and do that. Here we go. So at first it's going to be maybe slightly complicated to wrap your head around, but it's pretty easy to actually use. So first of all here, you're going to see we have this, which is our triggers. And we have a few different types of triggers. Incoming message, incoming call, incoming conversation, REST API, and subflow. So I'll just start with this incoming message one. Basically, this trigger means when you get a message, it's going to trigger this flow to go ahead and start. And what we can go ahead and do here is we can attach a widget to each of these ones if we want to. So let's just work with the incoming message one here. So first of all, we have flow controls. So we can set splits based upon certain things. We can set variables. We can run subflows. We've got voice, so we can gather input on call, connect call to, record voicemail. There's a lot of voice ones here. We can send messages. We can run functions. So this is for maybe have some requests that you need to do. And then we have some other stuff here like connected products, but I'll talk about that later. So let's say we get an incoming message here. We can go ahead and send and wait for a reply. So I'm going to drag this in here like this. And then what we're going to do is you can see here, you want to click on this bit here and drag this into this sort of area here, and that's going to connect that up there. So Here we go, we have our send and reply widget. You can change the widget name if you want to. And then we've got the message type custom or content editor. We can go ahead, change it however we want to. So in here, this is the message that they're going to get. So let's say they send a message, we can put something like, thank you for inquiring, we can get back. So I'll just put thank you here. Thank you for inquiring, we're going to get back to you. And that's going to be there. We can send an image if we want to. And there's some advanced configurations here as well that you can look at. You've also got some transitions here as well. So these are the different transitions you've got depending on the outcome. So if you get a reply, we can go ahead and do something else, but I'll speak about that in a second. So for the transitions here, this is basically the next step of the flow. So if reply, we can go ahead and connect it to a new thing. So if reply, we can go ahead and send a message, just like this. And then we can go ahead and change the message. So let's say that they've had some option, maybe say, what's your problem? You can just put another message and say, we'll be back soon, or, we'll be back soon. You can put whatever you want in there basically, but this is now essentially, you're going to get an incoming message, you're going to send a reply to it, and if they reply to that, you're going to send another message. Then we can also go ahead and set a different flow if we don't get a reply. So maybe we want to send a follow-up, click onto the no reply bit here, and we can send a message, let's say one here. We can send a message that says, are you okay? Did you get our message? For example. And if delivery fails, we can then route to a different option. So let's say delivery fails. This means it doesn't get delivered to them. We can go ahead and we could connect to a virtual agent. We could, so many different things we can go ahead and do from here. Really depends on what you want to do. So we could make an outgoing call if we wanted to. Maybe you can test the phone numbers working, just like that. But this is good. Like maybe, there's a lot of different triggers we can go ahead and set up here. Maybe they've ordered something and you want to go ahead and connect it to some kind of, maybe a Royal Mail API or some kind of mailing API where it will send them updates. But there's a lot of uses that you can do with this here, really. As you can see, you've got all of these different widgets. You've got record voicemail, call recording, run function. You've got so many different ones here. But this is, you have to set custom functions for this to kind of all work. Once you're ready, you can go ahead and publish it. Obviously, you're going to want to go in a lot more detail than I've gone in here, but I'm just kind of giving you the basic rundown of how it works. And you can see the flow's up to date. It'll have a tick if it's all working, just like that. They also have a lot of help guides here in case you want to set something up. But yeah, on here as well, as I said, we can go ahead and we can use these pre-made templates. They're pretty useful for getting an idea of how it all works. So appointment reminder, if we go onto that, you're going to see how it's built out and you can kind of take inspiration here. So it's connected to the API. It has like looping parameters here. You can go ahead and set this all up. Connects some webhooks so they can cancel it. But yeah, you can go ahead and just test these out if they are what you want. Now, lastly, something we can do over here is we can invite people to our account. So we can go ahead, invite teammates here, and simply we just have to go ahead and it's going to get us to verify, but we can go ahead and add some users. So we can add their emails just in case we have like some team members who are going to be focusing on solely this kind of stuff. Now, something else you might be interested in is the WhatsApp section. So you can actually set up WhatsApp integrations here. And if you, what you're going to do is go to messaging. Under try out, you're going to go to send a WhatsApp message, and you can use WhatsApp and send messages from your device. So you can open WhatsApp here and basically you can connect it all up and you can just test out the conversations here. You've also got your services here. So you can create some kind of messaging service. For some reason, this doesn't seem to be working right now. Okay, here we go. So we can set up a messaging service. We can put a name in. I'll just put test. We can go to the senders. So you can select what sending service you want, like phone numbers, WhatsApp numbers. You can go ahead, add senders here. You've got phone number, short code, alpha sender, WhatsApp number, RCS sender, FP messenger. So depending on the things you've got set up, you can connect them all up here. I'll just put phone number for now, and I'll just connect up this phone number. And then we can go set up integration. So, you know, we can set up different integrations here. So select how your messaging service handles inbound messages. So you've got webhooks, you have messages here, you can send a webhook, and you've also got these API stuff you can set up here if you want to. And obviously next we've got our compliance stuff, which we can set up. And then we can go try send a message with our new system. Obviously you probably want to put a bit more into this than that, but you can go ahead and we can now test it out just like that. So it's pretty easy. Another cool feature that I have here is the content template builder. So you've got all these different types of content that you can go ahead and create. I'll just put test, and then the language, I'm just going to put English. And then we can select, we've got text, media, quick reply, call to action, cards, WhatsApp cards. So this is stuff if you're going to use these over and over again, I'd recommend setting these up. Let's say we want text. We can go ahead and create one here. And basically we can put in some things, so hello. And then we can go ahead and add a variable. So there's lots of different variables we can use here. Things like names, URLs, basically custom data which is unique to your recipient essentially. So you can go ahead and add those variables if you want. I believe there's going to be some documentation somewhere here about the different variables you can use. But you basically go ahead and save that, and you can then use this over and over again in the flows that I've showed you earlier, and it's going to be dynamic because we've set the variables up. Something pretty cool they've got, which is a new feature or a beta feature, is they've got this marketplace. And this is where you can go ahead and find sort of pre-made things that other people have got and made, which you might find useful. So you can view by no-code partners, Twilio, that kind of thing. You can look at the use cases, so customer care, verifications. Maybe you have some kind of one-time password thing you want to set up. We can go ahead and set that up here. So we click on this. We can go ahead and install it. Just acknowledge it, install, and then we'll be able to go ahead, enable it, and then we can start using this one here. So this is just a useful way for setting things up quickly without having to kind of manually do it all, as probably what you're doing has already been done. So someone is going to have done it here a lot quicker and easier than you can set it up really. And you know, it's free, most of them, so you don't have to pay, which is good. Now at the bottom here, there's this thing called explore products, and you might use some products more than others. And what we can do here is essentially we can look at the products we want, and we can go ahead and pin them, and we can unpin the products that we don't want. So let's say that we want video, we can go ahead and pin that to our sidebar here, and we can go ahead and use those features there. And if we don't want any, we can unpin them. But this is just useful for sort of quick access. So we've got studio there. And there's just a lot more things here that you might want to add. We've got our marketplace. We've got channels, so maybe you want to add Facebook Messenger. You can go ahead and set that up here, just like that. Now, if we want to go ahead and connect some apps, it's quite easy to do. We can go to account up here, and then we can go down to where it says connected apps. And we can have to upgrade our account, but we can go ahead and connect up lots of different apps, which we might want to use. So these integrations just make it a lot easier rather than having to use the webhooks a lot of the time and that kind of thing. You've also got your API keys here and tokens, and your credentials as well, which you can go ahead and look at. And then we also have our billing up here. Well, it's gone now, but you can go to billing up here, and we can actually upgrade our account if we want to. So in terms of the sort of different plans that you can go to, you basically have to set up a customer profile here, and that's going to basically allow you to go ahead and change what you need on your account, because obviously it's very different for very different needs. But that's basically a beginner's guide to Twilio, just setting it up, walking through a couple of the flows, and just the overall usage of it. So if you enjoyed the video and found it useful, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.